episode 39. We have two guests. Well, we have our regular guest, which is called Winston, the dog, sitting beside me. And we have another guest called Coco. She's in her bed underneath the camera. Ain't that right, Coco? Coco, you want to make an appearance? Come here. Come on.
You gonna get them barking.
Come on. There you go. Let's see if they'll stay up here.
See?
Yeah.
Okay. Go back.
All right, go back to your bed. Get down, Coco. Go. Get down. All right. Go lay down. Oh, anyway, so let's go back to the podcast.
Anyway.
So
Jody loves his dogs.
Yeah, last time we talked. Oh, we'll get into this here in a second, but we do want to apologize for not a nice sniff.
Sorry, I can't. Y'all just gonna have to get over it because I got the crud.
Amanda's got a cold.
And we couldn't go another week without recording, so.
Yeah, so.
Jody's gonna handle it.
Yeah, we apologize for last week. We had a lot of stuff going on. We'll talk about that here in a second. But I know on the last episode we talked about the star ID for your driver's license. You need a passport. Talking about
Got
all
my
this.
passport today.
And we'll talk about that in a second too. But you wanted me to research the star ID because we really didn't know the ins and outs.
Because you think it's not necessary. You didn't think I was right that you had to have it.
I think it's made up.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
So
I was reading right here. And so this is just the state of Alabama. I'll read this kind of verbatim. But it says the U.S. Department of Homeland Security is extending...
Might have to give me that mute button.
Yeah. I need to hand you that. That's right. Is extending the enforcement deadline for the real ID, called Star ID in Alabama, to May 7th, 2025, in response to COVID-19. However,
So does that mean in COVID we were supposed to have it done?
Well, it started.
Or is that when it started?
That's when it started because, they're trying to wrangle us in and control us.
Mm.
That's when it all started. Star IDs will be available for issuance after May 7th, 2025 at any ALEA examining office. And in order to comply, I got to put my glasses on. Sorry.
Of course you do.
I tried. The print got a little bit smaller. Let me put my $3 spectacles on. That did not help. Let me just pull this thing up closer.
You can just pull that tray.
Let's just do this right here. All right. In order to comply with the Federal Real ID Act, the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency developed the Star ID program. The Star ID is a step beyond an ordinary Alabama driver's license or non-driver identification card, and it meets all the requirements of federal law. Effective May 7th, every air traveler age 18 and over will need a Real ID or Star ID compliant license or another form of identification for domestic air travel. So meaning in-state or in-country. It says CTSA.
So the Real ID is not a Real ID without the star on it.
But it also says or another form of identification.
What's that? Passport?
If you got a military ID, stuff like that. So I'm just saying, so you still don't need the star as long as you've got another ID? It says star
I'm
IDs
just going to get it.
are issued.
How much extra am I going to have to pay? Consider my license it's not time to renew those. So I'm just going to have to go in there and say, hey, I need the star on my ID if I decide to go to Arizona where our girls' weekend is.
Maybe. It says star IDs are issued originally to qualified individuals only at Alabama Law Enforcement Agency driver license exam offices. County operated license offices will continue to provide renewals and duplicates for license ID cards and star IDs. Once the provision of the Real ID Act, Star ID, goes into effect, and individuals who do not have an unexpired U.S. passport will need an Alabama Star ID to board commercial aircraft for domestic flights or to enter certain registered or regulated federal facilities. Any Alabama license or identification card issued on or after April 25th, 2022 that is not compliant with the Real ID Act will display not for federal identification across the top of the credential.
I don't know what any of that means you just read.
Basically, it's saying you're not compliant if you're going to fly. But let me go back to this
I
right
flew
here.
last year and it was fine.
Let's go back to this right here. I don't fly. Just use me for example. I have flown before, but I'm not somebody that every year I'm going on a trip, I'm flying, or twice a year, whatever like that. You have a love, something happens, an emergency. I got to go to Oregon for whatever reason, and I got to go tomorrow. I got to catch a flight in the morning. I'm not compliant.
Nope. And they're not going to let you fly.
What do you do? This is a crock.
I guess you're SOL.
I mean, isn't that the way I'm reading this?
Is your passport out? Yeah, we talked
It's
about
10
it.
years, yeah.
It's 10 years, so you're right at it probably.
Yeah, I think a little over 10 years since I've been out of the country. Let's see. Let's do the frequently asked questions. Let me just skim over this right here. If it tells you, you can talk while I'm reading this to myself.
I don't know if they want to hear my raspy voice.
Well, the new card looks specifically different. We don't care about that. What documents?
So if y'all have any comments on this or y'all know any insight on it, let us know. Comment. Let us know what's up with the star ID.
See, all this is...
So when I go get the star ID, you got to have 3 forms of identification. Your license, your birth certificate, and something else. What is that something else?
Yeah, be more specific.
A
right?
bill? I think most of our bills are in your name. How am I going to do that? What if I don't have a bank statement?
What if my utility bills are in my spouse's or parent's name?
There you go.
Let's see. If you present utility bills to verify the address of your principal residence, and those bills are in your spouse's name, you must bring your marriage certificate.
Do we even know where that is?
If utility bills are in your parent's name, you may use your birth certificate. So just
your birth certificate is one form of proof or whatever, I think. I don't know. Anyway.
I'm just saying, this will put people in a bind.
Jody just says it's a crock.
It is because it's putting, here's
what's
something else.
What's the point in it? Right. That's why I want to know. What's the point?
It's like you want me to go take an extra step to get this on my license for a reason that I don't need it. But when the time comes that I need to fly, now it's a hassle because I need it. So either way, it's a hassle.
Jody don't like hassles.
I don't like hassles. I don't like... Leave me alone. That's all I want. Just leave me alone. Why are we doing this?
I don't know.
I mean, seriously, why?
How
many?
Don't know.
Look, they don't even want you to show your ID when you vote. I'm just talking about some states. They don't. Oh. They do not want your ID.
That's the only time we show the California. ID, is it not?
Yeah.
Like you don't have to show it anymore.
And you should.
When you. We used to write checks. We don't write checks anymore.
If you're gonna vote in the great United States of America, I believe you should show your...
Oh, yeah.
Nobody, you should not be mad if somebody asks you to show your ID to vote. No, absolutely not.
I don't think that.
That's all right. So, yes, I will show you my ID all day long. Every voting place I go to that day.
He ain't going to get a star on it. They're going to kick you out next time because you don't got a star.
You didn't hear what I said.
Oh, every voting place you go to that day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Happy to show. I'm just saying, so... But
I was right. You got to have it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about you being right, but you've got to have it.
Excuse me.
So, because I don't really remember the conversation we had verbatim from the last episode.
You just didn't think
that was 2 weeks ago.
You didn't think I knew I was talking
sometimes
about.
You get mistaken about stuff, and so I just wanted to be clear on this. And okay, you were right. You were right. I think. I don't know. I don't remember what you said though.
Mm-hmm. You got to have the star ID. That's what I said. To fly.
I don't agree with it, but whatever.
Whatever.
All right, so go back. You had a few days prior to our last episode, you had to get a passport.
Yep.
So you went through that process. You were talking about it a little bit more expensive than I was expecting or even thought of. You were talking about. I don't know if you talked about this during our episode recording, but you said they told you not to smile. Which I knew that, but I don't think we talked about it.
I did not know that, but yeah, they told me not to.
Yeah, and you had a little bit of a smirk on that one. You did show me a picture.
Yeah.
And you can't even have that.
Well, he said don't smile big. So I didn't want to sit there like just a knot on the log.
Yeah.
Oh, why can't you? Why can't you smile? I'm traveling.
Why can't you just stand there and have somebody take a picture without you making a facial
expression? I don't know. I can't do it.
That is the easiest thing to do. It's hard when you say smile. That's hard for me to, you know. Just say stand there. I'm gonna take your picture. Hey, I can do that. But if you say smile,
If you say stand there, I'm going to take your picture, I'm going to smile.
but it's a fake smile. Mine will be fake.
I never fake it. I never fake a smile.
But you said you've got your passport. You were worried because it could take up to like 6 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
What was the weekly thing you told me?
Well, it said 4 to 6 weeks. So here we are, April 11th.
Today.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I put in for it like March let's just see.
Well, it don't matter, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
you got
March.
it within 2 weeks.
Yeah, I
And
put in.
you didn't think you were going to get
like
it at all.
March the 26th, I put in for it. And I got it today.
But then you paid to have it expedited?
I did.
Well, there you go.
But still, he said it'll probably be 4 weeks, even at expedited. So mine went to, so I got this tracking thing. So I told you that it.
Do we track everything, by the way?
Yeah. So did I tell you that he said it don't just go to like one place and it's made and all that? It goes to the one place and it's sent out to all different places. So he said it doesn't just go to like, where's our main place? Like Atlanta. And it's made there, whatever. It goes to there. But then they send it out to other places to have it made. And mine, I forgot where mine went. I was going to try to remember that. I forgot where mine went. But yeah, it was not around here. It was off somewhere.
Well,
that my stuff.
It's a security thing,
and,
you know.
And how come they can't send your passport and your birth certificate and all that stuff back together? I don't got that stuff back yet. They still got my birth certificate.
Your original?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought you've got to show it there and.
No, I remember them keeping yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, they keep your birth certificate. So yeah, they still got that.
I don't know. I've never researched that to see about, passports where they're made. Because like I said, it's a security thing.
Yeah, they're not all made at the same place. They distribute them out through to different places.
Yeah.
So I found that interesting, but I forgot where it said it was coming from. But
I wonder if the Secret Service is in charge of passports.
What are they checking?
Because, they're over the...
What are they checking?
What?
They're doing background check stuff on you? What are they checking for your passport? Why can't you just get it? Why has it got to be shipped off and made here?
You can't go down to the copying place and they make you one real quick because it'd be so easy for people with ill intent to do bad things.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What are they checking when they're doing your passport?
I don't know. They're going through the whole thing and make sure they don't have some kind of federal, if they're after you, put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a background check. Because, if you've been indicted for, smuggling stuff in from whatever, I don't think you're going to be okayed for a passport. Because they don't want you to leave the country. That's the whole thing.
Right.
They don't want you to flee. They want to keep you here. But
so today was the cutoff to send in my passport stuff to Red Aspen. How about that?
Well, how about that? That's a blessing.
Yeah. How about that?
How about that?
All right.
So go back to last week when we weren't able to record. We just had things transpire. Let's go back to last Saturday. Or we can go back a few days before that. We had planned on going to a place called Decatur, which is in a neighboring county. Let's say an hour away, roughly. At maybe a hair over. They're going to have like a flea market / pickers / vintage indoor plus outdoor.
What was it
booths.
called? I didn't forget what it's called now.
I don't know. It don't matter. Trading days or something.
No, it's a festival, wasn't it? No.
Pickers Traders Festival.
Strawberry Festival is what I'm thinking of. That's not what it was.
I don't know what it's called.
That one's coming up.
But it was pretty big. A lot of booths outside.
It was a girly thing. It wasn't a Jody thing.
What's the deal with boutiques?
There's a ton of them.
Is there more of them today than there was 5 years ago?
Yes.
Or 5 years ago was I just not paying attention?
I think there's more today than there were. Yes.
Because that's all I saw. I thought, hey, I'm going to go here. I'm going to see some older stuff. Hey, I'm going to see some glasses, some mugs, some old stuff that I can look up and see if it's worth anything and wheel and
we
deal.
got a new toy that he wanted to play with.
And then we got there, and then it's like, boutique, next booth, boutique.
I didn't realize it was going to be that.
Next one, earrings. Next one, boutique.
That's a boutique too.
Well, if it's just earrings.
Oh, just earrings, yeah.
Stuff like that. But it was neat to kind of walk around. But then you go inside, and I was, it was an hour. We were done in an hour.
I never imagined being done in an hour.
I know, and we just,
we didn't rush through it.
No, I'll let you go to.
I looked in almost every of them, every one of them.
I stood outside a lot of the booths because you went in and looked.
The cowhide, you like the cowhide?
They had cowhide rugs, and then actually had some heads, cow heads.
Oh,
like
that's
calf
right.
Heads
yep.
For $350.
Mm-hmm. We should have got one. It could have went right there between us.
It was really neat, but it was kind of.
But why were they so little? Calves. They were calves, not cows. Okay, calf.
Miniature cow would be a calf. That's what I call it.
Okay.
No, it's a calf. Yeah.
Calf.
A baby cow. So, if I could, if the recorder could reach up here and I could hold on, I would hit that.
I'm sorry.
I know, I'm just saying I would hit the mute button every
it.
time you've got a cough. So,
sorry, guys.
Sorry, people. Just bear with her.
Sorry.
All right. So, yeah, we got a new toy. Or I got a new toy.
I've
been wanting to, ever since we've been doing all this, for a year now, this podcast and then the other podcast that I do with two other guys, we've slowly tried to get lighting. We're using our light now that's behind this camera.
From the TikTok shop.
Which the Chinese steal all of our ideas and then they make this stuff cheaper and then sell it to us. And that's exactly what all this is.
Well, it works.
And we do. I mean,
it works.
Yeah, so they got us. So we've, between mics, upgrading mic stands here and there, we're just slowly getting a little bit of this and that and the other. And, I hear that phrase all the time now.
I do too.
Yeah. So what I'm getting at is, we got some Rode, clip on.
RODE.
RODE. Rode, which is like top of the line, name brand clip-on microphones that you can, clip on to your hat or to your, just anything, to your shirt, collar, whatever.
They're a little heavy for you. A little
heavy, yeah. It just depends on what you wear and how you
It was fine for me because I done a crossbody. I wore a crossbody, so it went on my
strap.
On my strap.
Yeah. And then with me, I just clipped it on my hat. But what it's got, it comes three mics. One of them actually plugs into your phone, and it's a magnet and magnetizes to the back of your phone, and it's like the receiver.
But we can't get over being kind of shy recording when we go out doing stuff.
Yeah, so this
how do you just go record stuff?
So the plan was, this is the first time we're going to use it. We're going to go to this pickers thing, go around. If we see some stuff, I'll video, and we'll talk about it. And maybe, look it up through Google and all this kind of stuff. Really didn't get a chance. We did record.
We record just a little bit.
But as we went along, it's like, look, there's no way that we'll have enough to make a 5-minute video,
right?
And put it on YouTube. It just wasn't there. So we tested it out. And it comes with your little wind. What are they called?
Windsock.
Like a windsock? Is that what it is?
Oh no,
it's not a windsock. Anyway, it just keeps the wind from blowing into the mic and you hearing it and stuff like that. So it's pretty neat. So I really was hoping to, and it's got a 7-hour battery life for each mic. So that was a positive, but really didn't get to use it.
We didn't even use it 30 minutes, did we?
No, I kept them on. The whole time
till we went
there.
To the bathroom. Jody's like, okay, we got to turn the mics off.
Yeah, I was like, you better don't forget about the mic. So we did that. And then when we left there, we got done so quick, we're like, now what are we going to do? We're not just going to turn around and head back. So we went to eat, but it was a little early. It was just after 11 o'clock. I think it was 11:09.
Yeah.
I keep thinking it's 11:09. So we were trying to find a place to eat. One of our other places that we go to, we were going to go to a shopping place called Martin's Clothing Store. It's got everything. And right next to it, it was a...
Used to be at O'Charlie's.
O'Charlie's. And we found out that O'Charlie's is no longer there.
It's Marlin's.
Did they go out of... Did O'Charlie's go bankrupt or anything? Or did that one just close down?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, so we weren't going to eat there. So we went on down the road and we found a...
Applebee's.
We thought they were closed because there was nobody there. But there was 2 cars, so that told us right there that there was possibly a cook and a waitress.
Yeah.
Something. 2 people were there, hopefully. So when we got there, it's like, well, if they don't open at... surely open at 11.
Right.
But if not, 11:30.
Yeah.
So we're getting there. I looked on the door and it said 11 o'clock, and I thought, yeah, we're good. But as I was reaching for the door, I was like, it's not going to surprise me because just the way my life goes, it'll be locked. But we went in there. Long story short, we were in there almost till 12 o'clock and nobody except one guy, but he went to the bar and was...
I know, I was like...
There was nobody showed up in there.
Is it really good to eat here?
And it was so cold. Oh, my goodness.
It was cold.
It was cold in there. But we were like, hey, maybe we need to go check the score, you know.
I mean, I know 11's early, but people around our town, people are eating at all times. 11:30.
You should have had some cars rolling in.
Yeah.
But when we were getting ready to go, it was
they
right
were
at about
coming in.
They were starting
so
to roll in, so
people
I felt
just
better.
got started late,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
They were at the thing we were at.
Maybe. I don't know. Decatur's not small. I mean, there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So.
But then after that, what? So the reason we didn't record...
Then after that's when the world turned upside down.
Yeah.
I mean, not really, but it went a little haywire.
Had a family member that got sick.
Yeah. Spent all night in the ER.
Literally.
Yeah.
Till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Was it 1 or 2? I can't remember.
It was 1. It was just after 1 o'clock when they were going to transport him to another hospital.
Yeah.
And then got home, got in the bed after 2. The whole thing about this is now, when it comes to hospitals, you can't trust anything they tell you at all. Because we were told that nothing was going to happen the next day, right? That's why we didn't go.
No, we were told nothing was going to happen that night. He had like a cyst on his back.
We're talking about your dad.
Yeah. So he had kind of like a cyst on his back, but it was infected, so it was really big. The local hospital couldn't take care of it, so it needed surgery on it, like to get it out, to get all of it out of there. And so they're going to transfer us. Transfer? That just seemed like a weird word when I said it. Okay, transfer him. And they're like, they won't do nothing today. Probably really. This was Saturday. Yeah. This was Saturday. The doctor will probably come by Sunday, talk about what they're going to do for it. And then Monday probably would be when they would do it. Because, on the weekend, of course, my dad always gets sick on the weekend. It seems like he's always a weekend person to go to the hospital.
And late evening.
And late evening. Mm-hmm. Not when you're in the bed. So anyway, Sunday, Jody and Nicholas are already gone to Jasper, their normal thing. Where we're going to go over, I wasn't going to church. I was going to go down to his house, do a couple of things. Let Jody go do his thing at church, and then we were going to meet and go.
My plan was I teach Sunday school, so I feel like I've got to be there.
You're the toast man.
Oh yeah, and I cooked the toast for the kids. So I felt like I had obligations.
Right.
Going to do that. I was going to knock that out, not stay for church. We were going to head on over back to Birmingham.
I get a call as I'm getting ready. Hey, they're going to do surgery here in a little while. I said, excuse me? Yeah, they mashed on it and done all this stuff on it last night. Or this morning. He was calling it last night because bless his heart. He didn't know. But he said they cut a little bit out last night, but they're going to go in there and do the surgery on it here in a little while. I said, what? Okay.
Yeah, so this was a little after 8 o'clock because you called me. And so then my plans are changing.
We got to get somebody to teach.
So I had to get somebody to teach. And then, so I just finished cooking, cleaned up, and then you came and picked us up, and we headed to Birmingham.
Yeah.
And then, like 5 hours.
Yeah. It still took.
Yeah, that before they ever took him to have the surgery.
It was crazy. And he didn't eat. And then he had to have another procedure. They didn't know if they were going to do it Monday. They thought they were going to do it Monday. It got to be 4 o'clock. They hadn't done it yet. He didn't eat all day. He hadn't eaten since Saturday.
Everything was late evening. Everything they did was late evening. And that's crazy to me. I don't understand.
And he got out yesterday.
Yeah, which was Thursday.
Yeah.
So he transferred late Saturday night or Sunday morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
And now he's got a wound vac.
Thursday.
Which is really interesting.
How does that operate? Is it battery operated?
Well, yeah, you plug it up, but you can unplug it and you carry this little pouch because, should I say what he called it? We won't say what he called it. Okay. So you carry this little pouch that has the machine, and then it's got a cord or a tube that hooks to his is on the back. So it hooks to his back where the wound is. And that back there has got like a piece of foam inside the wound. And then it's got a clear bandage on the top, but there's a little circle thing like to hold that for the stuff to come out. So it just sits there and it sucks it out.
Nice.
Yeah, you wouldn't like it. You would not like it.
Can you hear it? You can't hear it.
You can't hear it.
Is it a constant vacuum, or is it like every 10 minutes?
It's constant. Okay. It's doing it constant. So from the time that he had it done, Sunday, when did they put the wound vac on? Monday. They come back and changed it Wednesday, and then they changed it again Thursday. He said it was so much smaller. He said it had already gotten so much smaller. So that's how a wound vac helps it heal, like from the inside out. He said that hole was not as big as what we saw.
The hole I saw was big.
It was huge.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. Yeah, so that's our excitement.
So between that and then you getting sick in the middle of all that.
I know. I was like, I need to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
I didn't go. I should have went.
So you're back and forth to Birmingham all week.
Every day. And when we say Birmingham, we're like over an hour from Birmingham, from where we live.
And you had to pay $4 for parking.
Every time.
I think, that's, to me, that's another.
Why are we paying the park?
That's another. I can remember years ago when we would have to go I went with my mom and my grandmother, and I don't know if my sister, I don't think it was my sister. Anyway, my grandmother's twin sister had health issues. She lived in East Point, that's in Atlanta. So every weekend we would have to go over there. For a while, it was like every weekend that I can remember. But we would go over, and that was the first time I was introduced in paying for parking at a hospital. And I thought this was crazy. I'm thinking this is the biggest. It's a sham. It's a scheme. It's a money maker. That's exactly what it is. So you're telling me I have a loved one that is in the hospital that I need to be there for,
and I got to pay to see him.
Yeah, you're
basically
telling me
you got to pay to see.
Basically, I'm coming on your property and to take up space in one of your parking places. You're going to charge me money.
Oh, I'm going to start charging Nicholas for parking.
And I guess $4 is probably a good deal because I think a lot of them are more than that.
A lot of them's more than that.
Yeah, so we're
supposed
to
Nicholas.
tell them thank you since it's not expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we've been doing this week. Crazy.
Yeah.
Life gets crazy sometimes.
It does. It's just you're tired. And it's not when you go to the hospital and you see it.
It's not like you do anything and you're tired. You're just like, oh my gosh, we're just waiting. And he couldn't eat. And that was horrible.
And you're afraid
But then he would get food and he'd eat 2 bites. He'd be done.
Yeah. But you're afraid of doing it. You're at their beck and call.
Oh, yeah,
It's
because
like you wait and wait and wait. You're like, hey, I'm waiting on the doctor to make rounds. It could be any minute now. In 3 hours.
5 hours later.
Yeah, say 3 hours in, he still hadn't shown up, and you're like, really need to go down to the sandwich shop and get me a quick bite. Like, be back in 15 minutes. But you will not do it.
No.
Because you're afraid that you're going to miss it. And guess what? 2 more hours goes by and he still hadn't come. It's that kind of thing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like, these doctors, have some respect for these patients. And I'm not saying all doctors. I'm saying almost everyone I've ever had to deal with, though. And I understand they've got a lot on their plate and everything like that. But come on, man. You can give us a little bit of a window of when you're going to be there. Tell me, instead of between lunch and 8 o'clock at night, can you not tell me between 2 and 4? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Right. Just pass it along, something. We even had the nurse that kept calling this doctor that week. Was it Sunday or Monday? And could not get a call back to find out when he was getting. That's just so frustrating. Calling that doctor out right now. I'm putting his name out there. I don't know his name. I never saw him, so I don't know. But I was frustrated.
All right, so enough of that.
Yeah.
Tell them what I did yesterday. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
What you did yesterday. I can tell you what I did Wednesday. Water leak. Dealing with that. We won't even get into that. See, we've had such a busy week. I was dealing with that. You was with your dad, and I'm dealing with the water leak.
And I'm like scared I'm going to get locked in the hospital and have to walk all the way around by myself in a shady place that we know people just got their car stolen from over there. And I'm like asking everybody, how am I going to get out of here? And the nurse is like, we can get the security to escort you down there.
You said the front door said that they locked those at 7 p.m., but you didn't know if you're going to be able to come out.
But then everybody's like, there's a door right beside those doors. It says emergency and it says the alarm will go off. It really won't, but if it does, just go on out and don't worry about it. I'm like, that's what I'm doing. Well, then security probably gonna come tackle me or something. But I made it out. It was me and this was crazy. So when I came in, that was Wednesday, right? Okay. So when I came in Wednesday, when he was back there in surgery or whatever, and I came down to get me something to eat, another lady had come in there, and she was nicely dressed. So I just asked her, she don't like church clothes, what we call church clothes. I just nicely asked her, I said, you don't happen to work here, do you? She's like, no. And then we talked for a minute, and I said, well, I'm worried about getting out these doors at 7. She said, me too. I don't know what I'm going to do. And she said, my sister doesn't want me walking out by myself and everything. So we talked a minute, and then, we told each other, we hope you get out, Guess
You're
what?
both saying good luck to each other.
Yeah. We met back up when I was leaving, got on the elevator together and walked out. How crazy is that?
It is crazy.
That's not crazy. That's just the Lord working in his way. Because she said, my sister really didn't want me walking out by myself.
Yeah.
And it was like, we had like 3 minutes till 7.
So you're always trying to get there.
We were trying to get there. It was like 3 minutes till 7. And me and her both walk up to the door, and it was slow to open. And we're like, and then it just opens. So
because at this hospital, fine hospital, no problem with the hospital, great hospital. But we've got, friends from church that have been sick and that have been at that hospital several weeks back and got their car stolen while they were there.
And that's all I could think about.
And so you're thinking, well, if somebody that you know's car got stolen in the parking lot at the hospital, I can understand why you'd be nervous to walk out if you're a female.
Oh, yeah. So then you want to hear what the nurse told me?
Sure.
She's like, yeah, all the time during Christmas, all our cars always get broke into. Every year during Christmas, we have so many employees and their cars get broken into.
Can they not do anything? Do you not have security?
Why we not got security driving around this joint?
There's a booth out there for somebody to sit in.
And nobody sits in it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you have somebody in there Are they not like watching and seeing? I heard something. Oh, that's glass being broke from a window because somebody broke into a car.
So if somebody stole if their car was in that parking lot that we're talking about, it might not have been. No, it was in the parking deck. No, I don't remember. I don't know where it was. They would have had to pay $4 to get out of that parking lot.
Which do you feel safer, walking out to a regular parking lot that's just one level outside in front of the hospital, or parking in a parking deck going out?
Not a parking deck.
Parking decks give me
the creeps. I did not want to park in that parking deck.
I don't feel safe.
That's why that next morning when I knew I had to go by myself to start with, I got up and went early because I was afraid that the parking lot was going to get full and I was going to have to find somewhere else to park and walk in and out by myself. But it all worked out. It's all good.
Society, man, I tell you.
So now
when you have to worry about coming out of a hospital and you're afraid you can get mugged or shot, whatever it is, I mean, it's crazy. That's why I always say, be aware of your surroundings, especially when you get in your car. We tell Nicholas all the time.
All the time.
Because what he'll do, he'll get out of the gym and he'll go get in his truck and he'll crank it or sit there for a few minutes and be on his phone or whatever like that. I said, when you get in your truck, lock them doors first thing. Then sit there. That's fine. But at least lock them doors. But, he came home one night. He called me on the phone coming down our driveway because he had noticed somebody had followed him. And then when he got turned into our driveway, they followed him down the driveway. Anyway, we don't know what the story was of that. I went out after the guy afterwards, and he was back and forth through our neighborhoods. I don't know what to do. But anyway, just saying is like, you've got to be aware. When you walk out, make sure you're looking around. Don't see anybody. Look around your car.
It's crazy.
It is.
All right, so guess what I did yesterday?
I have no idea.
You don't remember?
Let's see, I worked most of the day. And then when I came home,
canceled satellite.
Oh, finally canceled satellite. Have we got it today?
I ain't even checked.
Because we still had it yesterday.
Well, the 11th was our
cancel date or renewal, I guess, for the month.
Yeah, when it would go back, when it cuts for your billing cycle or whatever, I guess is what it's called.
So tell us the story of that, because you were texting me as you were on the phone.
Oh my gosh, she kept on and on. Well, we got mobile. I could get you in here with this mobile if you'll switch your phones, or I could get you this package. I see you have the sports package. Didn't even know we had the flipping sports package. I don't even know what that was. And
if that's the sports package, well, they need to do a little bit more work on it because I didn't notice anything great about it. Hey, we've got some ESPNs. Great.
Right.
I didn't say no. What's the NFL? What's it called?
I don't know.
The NFL ticket. Is that what? Sunday ticket?
Oh, yeah.
What is it? Did you get, you can have fun. We got that one time. Right when we got, because you got 1 year free, but then after that, it's like $400. So you better make sure you cancel it. But it was like, you turn it on there and it's like every game playing. So go ahead.
So anyway, she's like, we can do this. I'm like, no. And in this point, I'm texting Jody everything she's telling me. Well, I can give it to you for this and you can get these channels. No. Well, how about this? We up your internet, so we're going to be getting 1 gigabyte instead of 600 something. I don't know. Oh, I didn't take that stuff back today. She said I didn't have to today. I got to take the
receiver and all
the receiver and the router because we got to swap routers. I can give you that, and I can give you your local channels, and you pick your channels. I said no. Well, let me see. I could probably do this. No, I just want internet. That's all I want. Take everything away from me but internet. Okay.
But you had me sold on, like the last text you sent me on what she was promising. I was like, hey, if they can guarantee us for a year, or if they can come down $25 more, because she kept coming down.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I don't think you were understanding what I was saying.
I don't guess so.
Yeah, Yeah, and that price was only guaranteed for a year. You only get that price for a year, so then it's going to jack back up.
Oh, that was going to be fine because my point was going to be, hey,
in a year I'll do it again.
That's exactly,
But how could they give us that and not do it right and not do it before I was leaving?
What do you mean?
That price.
Oh, they're just trying to hold on to you. Look, these places like that are losing people left and right. When it comes to satellite companies,
we got too much streaming that weed.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So there's too many
Two nights
options.
this week. Now, of course, it was late. We didn't even turn the TV on.
I didn't sit in the recliner until last night out of the whole week.
That might have been the whole.
So last night was Thursday.
I guess I probably can't use this week for an example, but.
Yeah. Because we weren't, if we were home, we got home late every day this week.
I've been going to bed because I didn't feel good.
So, but no, you've got so many options on streaming and just like YouTube. I'm not talking about YouTube TV. I'm talking about, YouTube on your phone. Now you get the app on the TV, you just pull it up and, watch whatever. And that's what I do. I don't watch
That's all Jody watches.
Yeah,
he don't watch.
I don't. We've had Spectrum for 5-6 years, maybe. And I don't know any channel numbers. Nothing.
Yes, you do.
I know Fox,
Right.
39. That's the only
all.
one. And I know like our local channel, or like the NBCs and stuff, is like at 5 or channel 10. It's somewhere around there.
So did we tell them we did get that antenna?
Yeah, we did. We talked.
We got
about
the
it.
antenna.
So we got the antenna that.
Oh yeah, because we talked about you put it together on the table and it was big.
200-mile range, and I'm still trying to get that video out there. But oh my goodness, have we even talked about the storage on my phone?
Let's don't talk about it because it just gets you ill.
Did we talk about that?
I don't think so.
Storage.
Next time.
I want to get started on this.
No, I don't want you started on it.
Ugh.
No, because we already been on here long enough. My voice is.
How long we been on here?
I don't know. I don't know when we started.
All you gotta do is look down there at the recorder and it tells
I can't see it.
Well, you're moving stuff around and making so much noise as it is, it don't matter.
44 minutes.
44 minutes.
So they're tired of us now.
We can go an hour. I think we got it in it.
No, I don't want to. All right. They don't want to hear him. I guess I'll be singing alto Sunday.
I don't even know what that is.
It's low.
Alto is?
Alto's low.
Soprano is high.
Not high, but yeah. So.
Alto is low. What's in between?
Alto's not low. Alto's.
You got, so soprano's high. What's next?
Alto, tenor, soprano, tenor, alto, basses.
Basses?
Basses, low.
Do we have any bass at church?
Wade.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's just considered that, but he's not like, well, I've heard some of these guys that, what is it, Oak Ridge Boys, that kind of,
Yeah.
What's the guy? I don't know his name, but
I don't know.
that's what I consider. Is it, would you say basses or just bass? Bass. So if you ain't that low, I don't consider you bass. I don't.
Oh, well, it is. I mean, basses. Yeah.
Stop leaking.
All right. Let's go.
All right. Check us out on YouTube. I need to say that at the very beginning instead of waiting to the end.
Oh.
Check us out on YouTube if you want to see us. If you want to see Winston, you definitely need to watch the video on YouTube. Plus, Coco makes the short little appearance at the very beginning of it. So, yeah, check it out. I wish our YouTube had a lot of followers.
Go follow us, subscribe. We'll go live.
Yeah, because we want to start doing YouTube lives when we record on Fridays. It'd be nice. But yeah, check us out. TikTok, Facebook. Do we have Facebook?
I don't know. You're in charge.
So. Just go to YouTube. YouTube and TikTok. That's all you got to do. Don't worry about nothing else. Listen to us on Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us a like, follow, and a share.
And rate the show, please, for the love.
But don't let me look because I'll get ill.
What?
If people don't like us.
No. Look, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't comment. We find out that people comment that don't have good intentions. You
can just keep scrolling.
Yeah, the person that, hey, when I listen to something and I didn't like it,
I just keep going.
I don't. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hit that comment button. I'm gonna tell them how bad they are. No, you don't do that. You just go.
That. I mean, they're doing what they want to do. Let them do it.
Right. And if
I don't like it, it's okay.
If it's a podcast that I don't like, they don't need to hear from me. I'll just go to the next one. I won't be back, right?
Right.
That's the thing, like rating too, even though I always harp on, hey, please rate the show. Please. We'd appreciate it. It helps us out. But you know what I don't do?
You don't rate.
I don't rate shows. So all of these that I listen to, I haven't rated a single one of them.
Then why should anybody listen to you and rate?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm begging these people to rate our show, but I don't rate nobody's show.
Golly.
Yeah.
Slacker.
Don't do what I do.
Slacker.
What is it?
I'm leaving.
Do as I say. Oh, I'm just rambling.
I know. Let's go.
All right, we appreciate you listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.